Are humans fundamentally good or evil? It's a question that has haunted philosophers, theologians, scientists, and everyday thinkers alike for centuries. It strikes at the very heart of what it means to exist, to live in society, and to relate to others. Is it in our nature to help a stranger in need, or to exploit them for our own gain? To create art and build civilizations, or to inflict harm and destruction? It is not a simple question to answer, and perhaps there is no answer at all. But perhaps the real value of the question lies in the journey of exploring it. So let's take that journey together.
To unpack this idea, let's first look at history. The story of humanity is a paradoxical tapestry woven with threads of both extraordinary acts of kindness and horrific acts of cruelty. In moments of crisis, humans have shown remarkable capacity for altruism. Take, for example, the story of Oskar Schindler, the German industrialist who risked his life during World War II to save over 1,000 Jewish people from the Holocaust. Or think about communities rallying together after natural disasters, providing food, shelter, and emotional support with no expectation of reward. Compassion, empathy, and solidarity appear as defining qualities of human nature in moments like these. But history also tells a darker story. Genocides, wars, slavery, exploitation, our past and present are full of atrocities. How do we reconcile these horrifying actions with the moments of generosity? It almost seems as though humanity exists in two simultaneous extremes, capable of immense cruelty but also boundless compassion. To better understand this tension, we turn to philosophers. In the 17th century, Thomas Hobbes argued in his book Leviathan that humans, at their core, are selfish creatures driven by fear and the relentless pursuit of self-interest. He famously described life in the state of nature as solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. According to Hobbes, it is only through the establishment of laws and governance that humans are curbed from their baser instincts. But not everyone agrees with this grim view. Enter Jean-Jacques Rousseau, Hobbes's philosophical counterpoint. Rousseau believed that humans are fundamentally good, that in a natural state, free from the corruption of society and institutions, people are guided by compassion and a sense of harmony. It is civilization, Rousseau argues, that twists individuals into selfish beings. Take away the greed and inequality of modern society, and humanity's innate goodness can flourish once more. The contrast between Hobbes and Rousseau is striking, but it raises an important point. Our environment may play a significant role in shaping our behavior. Could it be that humans are neither inherently good nor evil, but instead shaped by the circumstances in which they live? One famous experiment was conducted by social psychologist Philip Zimbardo in 1971, the Stanford Prison Experiment. Zimbardo recruited college students and randomly divided them into a group of guards and prisoners in a simulated prison environment. Within days, the participants began to act out horrifying behaviors. The guards exhibited cruel authoritarian tendencies, while the prisoners became increasingly submissive and distressed. The line between role-playing and reality blurred, and Zimbardo concluded that circumstances, roles, power dynamics, and social expectations can bring out dark behaviors in seemingly ordinary people. On the other hand, experiments like those conducted by behavioral psychologist Daniel Batson reveal another side of humanity. Batson demonstrated that empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of others, can strongly motivate altruistic behavior. For example, when participants were exposed to another person's suffering and lived through their perspective emotionally, they were significantly more likely to help. It seems as though humans contain both seeds of good and evil, with the environment acting as the gardener, watering whichever side is most cultivated. So, should we worry that under the right conditions, anyone can become villainous? Or should we take comfort in the idea that everyone has the capacity for heroic kindness? Even neuroscience weighs in on this debate. Studies of the brain have identified regions responsible for empathy and aggression. Mirror neurons, for instance, play a central role in allowing us to feel what others feel, generating compassion and connection. But the brain's amygdala is often associated with fear and aggression, responding to perceived threats, even when those threats are imagined. Interestingly, neuroscience also shows that humans are prone to favor their in-groups, those who belong to our social circles, our families, our communities, while often overlooking or even dehumanizing outsiders. Does this innate tendency toward tribalism explain some of our darker behaviors? Or does the capacity for empathy show that, deep down, we're wired to care for others? Maybe the truth about human nature doesn't lie in labeling us as good or evil at all. Instead, it might be far more complex. Consider the analogy of fire. Fire isn't inherently good or bad, it simply exists. It can be the warm glow that keeps us alive in winter, or the raging inferno that destroys forests. The difference lies in how we nurture it, how we direct its energy, and how we control it. Perhaps humans are similar. We have the potential for goodness and cruelty, but it's our choices and circumstances that determine which side shines brighter. And we can see evidence of this in ourselves. Think about the choices you've made today. When confronted with a difficult situation, a crying child, an argument with a friend, a beggar asking for spare change, how did you respond? Did you act with kindness, or did you ignore, lash out, or focus solely on yourself? These daily moments, small as they might seem, reveal the deeper truth of our nature. We are not fixed beings who are only good or only evil. We are dynamic creatures who continually balance between them, shaped by our biology, our environment, and, ultimately, the choices we make.